Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and how are you all doing? And welcome to my June birthday book haul. So, June is the month I was born in. My birthday is actually in 2 days, and I've been buying a lot of books this month because it's also the Hebrew Book Week, which is a week in the year that we celebrate, well, literature and books in Israel. And there's a lot of sales, and of course, I've been buying books. And I also ordered books from a woman that I talked about, I think a lot of videos ago already. I will leave a link down below to her Facebook page. You should really buy from her. She has a lot of books for very cheap prices. I've gotten myself quite a few, which hence why I need to do this haul in a few parts because there'll be a lot of books. So really, I do recommend you check out her Facebook page. You may find some stuff you want for very cheap. And I think she's also willing to ship to other countries. Not certain on that though, ask her. So let's get started. So the first book that arrived, so this is just part of it. So, okay, so the first book is The Girl Who Played with Fire by Stig Larsson. This is the second book in the Millennium series, right? Yes, it's series now because there's a fourth book. So this is well, it used to be a trilogy. Now it's a series about, if I remember correctly, Lisbeth, which is this girl, this young woman, and well, I don't remember her. Last time I read the first three books was when I was 16. They kept me company after recovery from surgery, and wow. That was at the time where if there was a trilogy, I used to buy all three books, and there was also a sale for all three of them. I read them in Hebrew, and I couldn't let those books go. They were just so fascinating, and I want to reread them again, this time in English. I know they're from a different language, though. They're not originally in English. Yes, and this is translated from Swedish by Reg Keeland. By Reg Keeland. There. I will write it down below. So I remember most of the story. We have Lisbeth and we have Michael. I'm probably not saying that right. And the first book they need because Michael is after some big businessman. I really feel bad that I don't remember that much. So I actually, funny story. I bought one book. I thought it was the first one, but it was the third. And well, now I have the second. This is an interesting cover, I have to admit. I have a pocket book. The third one is a pocket book. Well, I will be getting the first one, and then I'll be able to get to this. I'm really looking forward to rereading this series. So that's the first one. I was happy I found it with her. The next book I got is. Oh, oops. 1 second. Shit, I hate when that happens. Okay, the second book I got is Folk Tales from India from A.K. Ramanujan. I'm so botching that. Okay, there you go. That way you'll at least be able to find it. So, I love folk tales. I really do. And when I saw this on her Facebook page, she posts pictures of the books that she's selling and summaries. And when I saw this, I was immediately curious. And the cover is really pretty. So, yes, I really love folk tales, and I would love to try this. It doesn't really matter to me where the folk tales are from. It's just I'm curious all the same. This is by Penguin. This is the only publishing house I know. How lovely. Okay, and this is translated by. Yes, I recently realized I should probably start saying translators' names. Okay. Selection of oral tales from 22 languages. Okay, I can't find who translated this, but this was translated. So yes, I'm very much looking forward to starting this. soon, I hope. So this is the second one. Okay, now the next is Seeing by Jos Sarmago. I am botching that. Here it is. And this is here translated from the Portuguese by Margaret Jull Costa. Jull Costa. Here it is. Here we are. I will write this down below. So this is more of an impulse buying. This is the second in a series. You don't actually have to read them one after the other. And this is, I'll read the summary because I'm not entirely sure what this is about. Puzzlement swiftly escalates to shock when eventually, after an extension, the final count reveals 70% of the votes are blank. Depends on the votes are. Oh, sorry, I didn't start. Despite the heavy rain, the presiding office at polling station 14 finds it odd that by midday on National Election Day, only a handful of voters have turned out. Puzzlement swiftly escalates to shock when eventually, after an extension, the final count reveals 70% of the votes are blank. Not spoiled, simply blank. National law decreases the election should be repeated 8 days later. The result is worse. 83% of the votes are blank. The authorities, seized with panic, decamp from the capital and declare a state of emergency. So, I think this is some deep book with metaphors and politics that I will read, but I have a feeling there's a lot here I won't understand because I am not that smart. But still, I want to try this someday, so here it is. Yeah, that's a very depressing cover, but still cool. Okay, next book is Shadow of the Mind by Roger Penrose. By Roger Penrose. I think this has something to do with physics. Again, I am not sure, and there is no summary. I think I've mistaken this for a horror story because of the hands. Yeah, there's just I forget how they're called, but by the Times, the Sunday Times recommendations. Well, I think this has something to do with science, and he's by the author of The Emperor's New Mind. Well, I'll definitely give this a try, and I hope by then I will find out more what it's about. So, here it is. The next book is. Wait, this is The Mysterious Flame of Queen. Mysterious Flame of Queen Loana by Umberto Eco. I so did not pronounce that correctly. Here it is. So this is the story. Okay, I'll read you a bit of the summary. Again, I am not 100% sure what this is about. Yambo, a rare book dealer, has suffered a bizarre form of memory loss. He can remember every book he has ever read, but nothing about his own life. Okay, this is a bit from that. In an effort to retrieve his past, he withdraws to his old family home and searches through the boxes of newspapers, comics, records, photo albums, and diaries kept in the attic. And so Yambo reveals his youth, Mussolini, Catholic education, Josephine Baker, Flash Gordon, Fred Astaire. If you heard noise, that was the toilet. His memories run wild and life racing before his eyes. takes the form of a graphic novel. Yambo struggles through the frames to capture one simple innocent image, that of his first love. Okay, that sounds really interesting. Looking forward to getting that. I really love the cover. It's kind of what drew me to look up this book in the first place. It's just I looked these up quite a month ago. That's why I kind of forgot what they're about. And there's pictures here too and photos, which I will when I if it when it will appear in a wrap up, I will tell more about it. So that does sound very cool. This is oh wait 1 second. Okay, translated from the Italian by Geoffrey Brock. Again, I will write it down below. Okay, so that's that. And the last book for today is, and that's actually, I know what it's about, is Harlequin, Harlequin by Morris West, author of The Salamander, if that tells you anything. And I think this is a thriller. There's this man, he's rich, the usual rich, powerful, hot lady that he sleeps with. Life is perfect, and then someone threatens to take all his money. A takeover by someone, and now he has to race to get his money back. Here, it even says here he had to find a way to beat the man who played the global money game for blood. So this is a thriller. Sounds actually very interesting. I'm looking forward to getting to it. I can't remember the last time I read a thriller. That must have been a long time ago already. I think the last one was by Harlequin. I love how yellow the pages are, or brown. They smell fantastic. So yes, this is the last book. There will be more. A lot more. And tomorrow I will show the second part. Those will be easier because I know what all of them are about. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. See you tomorrow. Bye.